What is up, everyone? It is Speed here, and today we're going to be watching Flom playing Phoenix. He's going to be defending A within this replay analysis, and he plays absolutely fantastic. We're going to be going over a lot of tips and tricks you can use on Phoenix to get your ultimate early, frag out, and have some pop-off rounds, because that's what we like to do on Phoenix. I'm personally a Phoenix main myself, and I like to get in, get kills, and get dirty. So that's what we're going to be talking about here today, and yeah, let's get into it, boys. Also, I want to say if you are a Phoenix main and you do not like this video, you are fake. You're not real. In fact, you should switch to Jet because she's the best character in the game. Alright, so hopping into it, we're going to be seeing them setting up on defense with a Phoenix and Sova combo. I like these heroes together because basically what you do is you shoot the Sova arrow, you set up for the Phoenix flashbang, and you can frag out with it. And that's what they've been doing for the last 3 rounds. You guys haven't seen it, but what they did was they would Sova arrow, allowing the Phoenix to pick up the ulti orb, and that is why you can see why in round 4 here, he has his ultimate running back. In fact, he had it in round 3, but didn't get to use it. Now, I want to set up the context for this round so you guys can see why this is such a good play. The enemy team hadn't pushed A for 3 rounds now, and what I want to say is that after 2 or 3 rounds, especially if the enemy team is losing, they're usually going to try to switch it up. And because of that, he makes a great read, and he's actually starting the round on the right side of the wall, not the left like he has been, and he's going to immediately run it back to frag out. And so yeah, Sova's going to scout it out, he's going to hear them coming, immediately pop the ultimate from a pretty safe area, and then absolutely frag out. And if you guys play Phoenix, whenever you run it back, I feel like you always get the kills because you're just so confident. Pops off 2, and with no time left, rounds the corner, flashbang, finishes him with the pistol, and that is the power of the run it back. Get in there and get those kills, right? And that was such a good read. He knew they were going to come A there, comes around the bend, Sova scouts him out, picks up a triple, and the round is absolutely over. Getting into the 5th round, we're going to see the setup that he has been going basically every single time, and I really like this. So the Sova's going to shoot the arrow in a second here, and he's going to go for the ulti orb. I personally think Phoenix has one of the best ultimates in the game, just allows you to get information as well as frag out, and I often believe a lot of the time, people won't get kills or don't frag out in Valorant simply because they're so afraid to shoot, they're so afraid to go in, and that's why Phoenix ultimate is so powerful, not only for, literal in-game tactics, but also your mentality and your confidence. So the next thing I want to mention is with the Sova arrow, he's able to pick up his ultimate, then you immediately want to shift over. When no one's at A, shift as fast as possible. You can go on a flank if they're pushing through mid, but in this case, they were pushing along B, and it's much better that you simply go through vents and up the wires. Moving on, he sees the breach flashing through the middle here, and decides to go for a flash around the bend. Now the breach came around, but because of the flash, it clips the breach, he secures the kill. Now moving on here, as I pause, there's a couple of places that people could be. They could be right below here, they could be to the left, behind this wall, behind the box, behind the top right, but most importantly, they could be against the wall here. Yes, this little area actually allows you to stand on it in the back right, and Flom checks it, right? Really good peek. I like that he checked that first, as I think a lot of people often go there. Moving on, he puts down a wall to cover the back right. Unfortunately, it didn't really cover all of it. However, he's able to pick up the kill onto the Phoenix. I really like how he utilizes his abilities there. He understands that the round is not over. They had a chance. It wasn't a severe numbers disadvantage, so he commits his abilities, right? 2 very good flashes into a solid wall, allows them to win the round. And just keep in mind, guys, if it's a 1v4 and you're in the 1v4 scenario, don't spam your abilities. You're just wasting your economy. Chill back, save your weapon, save your abilities, play for the next round. For the next round, we're going to be watching it live together, just going through my immediate reactions. And I think what he does so well this round is, once again, confidence, confidence, confidence. I can't, and I'm saying this because I'm watching a lot of the players against me in my pubs, especially when I'm having a good game. And the reason why I beat them out when I'm personally doing well is because I go around the corner looking to shoot, looking to get the kills. And now I know that might sound crazy. It's like Speed. Every single time I'm turning a corner, I'm looking to kill them, right? That's the objective of Valorant, obviously. But I really do believe there's a major distinction between a player who is confidently turning the corner, right, especially sprinting out, than the person slow peeking and being so afraid of dying. I really do believe there's a major difference, and it actually affects your reaction time. But yeah, let's get into the round. So right off the bat here, he hears them hard pushing A. He hears the footsteps coming in, so he immediately goes for a left side flash into a frag. Now, I actually think he over peeks a little bit here. He overextends a tad, because you don't really need to overextend when you flashbang. You want to get 1 and back up, but with the second flashbang, he's able to secure the first kill. Moving on from there, he immediately pops his ultimate, which he gets, and I like this. All I want to say is, guys, use your ulti. I understand that it burns your shields if he dies here, right? It does, but once again, it gives him the confidence to go in and to frag out with, 150 health, and that's exactly what he does. He gets in, turns the corner hard, finds a kill into the Phoenix, almost gets the raise, obviously drops her low there, and that's just such such a good impact frag. That's such a good entry frag into them pushing through. Then following it, he's able to pick up the ultimate orb, gets a return kill onto the breach in the back, heals up with his firewall, which heals you a lot more than your actual fire throw, right? I believe the bubble heals you for around like 35-ish or maybe around like 40, while the wall can heal you basically up to full every time. So I'm cool with this decision. Sure, it costs more, right? Considering the fire orb doesn't cost anything at all, but at the end of the day, heals him up to full, is able to hard peek. I don't think the guy expected him to peek because he threw down the fire, secures it once again. Beautiful round by flom, and I think a lot of the aggression there and the fact that he gets his ulti and has used it twice in 6 rounds is key. Okay, quick really important tip here. He actually makes a big mistake this round, and I really like analyzing mistakes just as much as pop-off plays because you guys can learn from them. In fact, it can be actually more useful sometimes. So what he does here is he knows there's a guy close left, right? You're gonna see that here. He peeks with the drone, guy's close left. He throws a flashbang around here, which I think is a good play, but then he kind of over peeks. He should know that that guy didn't get flashed by that. And now we know that the brimstone is in the back left, right? He's right here. So what do you do as Phoenix when someone is trapped in a corner? You throw your fire, throw it. Why not force him out? They have a 2v1 peek here. All he has to do is bounce the fire off the wall, force him into a double, like a pinched peek, and it's over. But instead, he takes a really bad peek here. Like, why not use the ability? It's free. It's a free frag there, and he gets killed because of it. So definitely learn from that. If you know someone's stuck in a corner, lead with your fire, force them out, and it's gonna grant you some success. Next up, let's talk about my favorite flank in the entire game. Yes, I literally love this flank. You come in from A and you go through sewers. So he takes out his knife. People cannot hear you swapping weapons in this game, and because of his slow flank, he's able to clean up the round. The breach on the enemy team almost clutched it, but with a beautiful headshot, he shuts down the spree. And think about it, if the enemy team is pushing mid here, you're gonna get 3 or 4 kills from that flank. I'm serious. It's happened to me before, it's possible, and you're gonna notice if you get through there, right? If they're not pushing in, you get through sewers, you are going to catch a lot of people off guard. All right, once again, I want to talk about a mistake. So he hears them pushing in, right? He knows they are here, 100% sure they are waiting for him. He even says it out loud into his mic. So he puts up a firewall here, right? Making sure that they cannot push up, but then he gets ahead of himself. He's been doing well. His team is up 7-2, but he makes the wrong play. And this can happen a lot to you guys. Think about it. Whenever you get ahead, especially super far ahead, or there's like one guy left and around, you make a really, really bad decision because you're fragging out. Don't do this. Relax. All he has to do here is pick up the orb and chill. He knows there's at least 3 people here. He knows it because he literally said it. And yet, anyway, because he sees someone on the left here, he tries to push through, then literally the perfect peek from the enemy team. That was comically synergistic. He ends up going down. But really, keep that in mind, guys. Thankfully, his Sova pops off, but keep that in mind. Don't go against your instinct. His instinct told him to chill, and he did it anyway, and that's when you die. All right, now we're gonna end off the game with my favorite play of the entire match. No joke, I think what he does here is super smart, and you guys should just copy it. So he flashbangs to the left. He once again knows they're holding him, right? He saw them. Goes for a flashbang here, doesn't over peek, right? I like that he calmed down a little bit there and understands that they are once again trying to hold him. Now, when people are constantly in this standoff, what should you do to kill them? What should you do? What I recommend and what he does here is he pre-fires an angle that he knows someone will hold. He understands that Sage is on the left, right? The left side area where we talked about the flame hold, right? Where you could throw it into the corner there. And because of it, he's going to turn this corner to the left and pre-fire it and gets a wallbang headshot. Super smart. I mean, just look at it in action here, right? So secures the ulti orb as per usual, peeks to the left here, pre-fires it. No one has that good of reaction time. Maybe he does, maybe I'm wrong, but that was an incredible play that allows him to get a key frag there. And really, it's those type of plays that I love when people make the adaptations. For him, it was probably intuition. I'm trying to make you guys understand it, right? If you're in a standoff, pre-fire the angles. The Sage knows that he's there, and he knows that the Sage is there. There's no reason not to use a couple of extra bullets to get a lucky headshot. And that's where we're gonna end the video. But thank you guys so much for watching. Phoenix is personally my favorite character in the entire game, and I personally learned a lot from watching flom here, and I hope you learned just as much from watching this video. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and like and subscribe.